Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. Shout out to the Medford Guy, Jake Smith. Man, I'm telling you, he's nonstop this summer. He is working hard for Medford Knife and Tool and for himself and doing a great job. His next stop is the USN show in Las Vegas this coming up weekend. I'm going to post this video toot sweet so that everybody can see what's going on, what's going to be sent out to him at USN. He is going to have a booth there for the show. If he gets lucky, Greg will make a trip and visit him and stop by the booth and say hello. But if Greg's not there, Jake will be there and he'll be representing Medford Knife and Tool. So let's see the sexy knives he's going to have available. Starting off on the smaller end of the spectrum, this beautiful dress marauder here. I try to come up with different names for the finishes so that if you see it and you love it, or so that we can reorder it, we have a name with which to reference. And I'm calling this Bamboo Leaves. It looks a little bit like Peaks and Valleys, maybe a little like Hammered, but there's more room in between the divots, the sculpted areas, and it looks like bamboo leaves kind of floating around. And on this knife, it has kind of an Asian appeal. It has, let's see, violet down in the recesses, and it's silver on the peaks. This one here, I'm again going to call this Jackson Pollock because it reminds me of the artist Jackson Pollock, who did the huge splatter paintings. It's got this oil splatter effect on it, or paint splatter effect. Violet is the color of the handles, and the splattering is done in bronze. This is a micro tie S35 Vulcan drop point blade, and the handles do a great job of mimicking the blade. The clip here is a PVD clip that has been brushed around the perimeters with a PVD breaker. Not something I would have thought of doing, but man, it looks awesome. Flamed hardware. Full-size Praetorian tie with our Predator sculpting. The handle's been flamed. You'll see that dark flaming around the perimeter of the scales as it fades to bronze in the inner fields. And again, it's Predator. Just a solid bronze on the spring, and what a nice compliment that is with the flamed clip. It kind of brings it all together really nicely. S35 satin tanto blade. Two slim middies here that have been faced and flamed. These are hand burnished in-house so that we get kind of a mirror-like surface. It's not a high polish, but it is hand burnished. And then heat flamed with different patterns. This one here kind of has a feather roll to it, and this is more of a sporadic with bronze in the fields. I like this. I chose to configure the knives this way. Just a plain tumbled spring so that it's kind of a blank canvas, so to say, for the clip to really pop out. All right, so two slim middies. I'm gonna cruise over here to the full midi Marauders. They've been treated the same way as the slim, so they've been faced and flamed. This one here, I know Caitlin is calling Starry Starry Night. I'd be curious to hear what you have to say as to what that looks like to you, because I want to come up with a cool name for it. This one out here, just kind of natural and organic. Again, the fields surrounding the flame work is bronze anodized. The springs on both of these are blue ano, and again, kind of a blue canvas for those clips to pop out. The blades on both of these have been satined out. And for just a little frame of reference here, the slim midi compared to the full midi, again, the main differences are the recesses on the handles for the slim midi are milled in. That's a part of our machining process, and these are hand sculpted in. And then, of course, the thickness, the stock is different on the full midi as opposed to the slim. In between, we have three chunky monkeys here. Two of them have been faced and flamed again. You can tell what I like. I like the face and flaming. All PVD on this one as far as the handle, spring, breaker, and clip. And then a tumbled blade. And there's that clip with the ball popped into it. Two faced and flamed with tumbled springs and faced and flamed clips. Down here we have two more midi Marauders. I did the Welcome to Vegas theme on these because it is appropriate. And now what happens in Vegas is going to go with you. And this is a little token of the Vegas appreciation. We have a blue anodized and then a violet to bronze fade. So two of those. And then this one here, to the naked eye, if you don't look closely, looks like a straight up satin tanto blade with PVD coatings. And if I can kind of rotate this, you'll see that underneath the PVD coating is ghosted the same Welcome to Vegas sign. So if you're a little bit more subtle and you don't want it to pop out too much, then that is a really nice touch there. Last but certainly not least, as the Vulcan finish becomes much more rare and intermittent and sparse in the offerings that we have, technically it is discontinued. Occasionally a few will pop through, and Jake has an S35 Vulcan drop point on a Praetorian tee here. It's got a violet to bronze fade, hammered fade, worked in with the color fade, and it's got a kind of a brushed affect. Here's a reversed fade, bronze to violet in the opposite direction. PVD breaker, PVD hardware. So again, just a really cool variety of knives, variety of finishes, and all of the stuff that we can do here, from sculpting to facing and flaming, burnishing, bronzing, and laser engraving, all in-house. The creativity, the spectrum of the creativity that we have here, in addition to kind of an icing on the cake of the models that Greg has designed, just gives you an idea of the variety of things that we offer here at Medford Knife and Tool. A big thank you to Jake Smith, the Medford Guy, for doing what he does. He has brought so much to the table for Medford Knife and Tool. And a big thanks to everybody watching the YouTube channels, everybody there purchasing our knives, loving our knives. And if you're able to make the USN show, it's coming up this weekend at in Las Vegas, I'm sorry. And I believe it's at Planet Hollywood. I don't have all the details, but I'm sure you can Google it. Should be good fun. I hope you can go visit Jake at the Medford Guy's booth at the USN show. Keep watching the videos. Keep doing what you're doing. And until the next time, I'm out.